All right, y'all. Today should be a good one. Well, I guess I forgot to say, what's up, Dragon Brood? Okay, I got to get that in there. No, today should be a good one, though, because we're playing Mono Black Control. And I'm not sure a bunch of people really thought that's the way you were going to be able to play Mono Black once we got to Innistrad. I mean, I know everybody's worried about zombies and we're playing werewolves and, people are trying to redo Mono Green and all this other stuff. But honestly, Mono Black Control still really works. It's actually a solid deck. So this should be a fun video if you're looking for a control deck that's a little bit different and plays a couple of sweet new cards. This could be for you. Now, before we get started, let me remind you, if you would like some sweet gear for your Magic stuff, you can hop over to shop.ultrapro.com. They take care of all of your Magic needs, but also have stuff if you happen to be a Pokemon fan or maybe into anime, or if you just need stuff for sports supplies, you can get everything there. And the coolest part is, if you actually don't want to order through the website, just get the name and the item number and take it to your local store. Support your local store. You still make a sale for them. They make their full margin. And Ultra Pro's happy with it because they support local stores as well. So, with that bit of business out of the way, let's talk about this Mono Black Control deck. So we're looking at 4 Eye Twitch to start with. And I know you're probably saying, like, this is a control deck, why the creatures? But you do need some ways to block and keep some things open toward the later parts of the game. But Eye Twitch is actually really good in here. Just being able to learn and go find even just environmental sciences to help you make sure you hit lands 5, 6, 7 in this game are very important. Shambling Gas, more often than not, we're not really killing things, we're just making the treasure, but that's okay, it's got a purpose. Deadly Dispute. One of the things we've shown in other videos as we ended, I believe, last season, is if you end up playing a Shambling Gas and then you go right into a Deadly Dispute and just get those 2 treasures, you already have 5 mana going into the next turn, so that can still be a play and roll right into you playing some other big spell. Playing 2 Hunt for Specimens, again, getting to learn is kind of nice, but the incidental life game isn't irrelevant here. So you may want to keep that in mind, that you can block, get some life, and that will help you through the later stages of the game. Playing 2 Infernal Grass probably could be more, but this is where we're starting. Playing a couple Valky, God of Lies, and I know some people are probably saying, like, but you can't cast the backside. No, we actually are making treasure, so we do have a way to cast the backside. Playing 3 Sedgemoor Witch. It would be nice if there were more, but we are playing a fair amount of creatures in this list, and some of the non-creature spells we're playing aren't necessarily instants or sorceries, so, it's got uses, but not an unrealistic amount that you feel the need to play for. Skullport Merchant. That little token we were talking about for Hunt for Specimens? Well, it's also nice to be able to have here, so whenever you just want to block and then sacrifice it, get a card to go along with that life. Playing 1 Soul Shatter just because, some quality removal that doesn't target is kind of nice. Then we're playing a full set of 4 Loth. And by the way, remember how we were talking about you can get that 5 mana going into turn 3? Well, you could possibly just play a Loth on 3 and really start putting some pressure on your opponent. And then I was playing 1 deck of many things in this list, and this is interesting because you actually can use almost all of these cards in your deck again. You don't even really care which one you get back because they're all reasonable, right? You get Hunt for Specimens or Eye Twitch, and you're like, great, worst case scenario, you're going to learn again, right? Shambling Gas is probably like the worst thing, and even then you can probably get treasure out of it. You've got Deadly Dispute, which is good. Being able to get a Valky back in your hand that you may have used early. Now you can play the Tybalt on the back. Like, Skullport Merchant makes treasure and possibly generates another card at that stage of the game. Just like tons of... And then if randomly you hit a 20, which you almost never will, you're almost always going to be getting probably somewhere between like a 1 and like a 15, because you're going to have some number of cards in your hand. But if for some reason you were able to hit a 20, that would be amazing. But realistically, you're just getting it to either draw 2 cards or you're getting something back out of the graveyard. And you don't really care about either one of those options being bad. They're actually both very good here. Then we have Blood on the Snow. I think we've seen this in a bunch of lists. Wipe out all the things, get your creatures back or Planeswalker, and really start taking over from there. And then we have Professor Onyx because we have enough spells that we can go ahead and drain the opponent, but also it acts as removal. It can help you find more things to kind of end the game. So yeah, we're definitely doing that. And the Meat Hook Massacre. There's been a lot of times that, like, you get to a meat hook massacre situation, then you get Loth out, and then it starts to get really silly, right? Because now you start blocking, you put counters back on Loth, your opponent loses life, and you kind of just start that whole cycle, and it just gets really, really ridiculous and can really close the gap pretty fast toward ending the game. And that's if you don't already have like an Onyx or something else draining your opponent. So the end game is pretty good here, but you do end up with a lot of removal when you're talking about having Infernal Grasp. There's a Soul Shatter. You've got Valky that can technically be pseudo removal. You've got Blood on the Snow, Meat Hook Massacre. So there's a lot happening here. As for lands, we're going to go ahead and play 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 1 Hostile, because we're going to try it out. We just got to get 3 soul counters on it, so maybe it's a thing. We're playing 5 Snow-Covered Swamps, 4 Faceless Havens, and 2 Field of Ruin. We can get away with some of the non-colored mana, just the colorless lands, because we have enough things that are producing black, and we don't have a second color, so we're just kind of going in on these and trying it out. Now, the Hostile I don't expect to be super spectacular. However, there are a lot of situations where, like, okay, I can just sacrifice the Shambling Gas, right? I can sacrifice the Eye Twitch and then go learn right then instead of waiting on my opponent to do something. Maybe I could sack a token, the spider tokens from Loth, right? And then just reload those. Like, there's a bunch of little situations like that I'm toying around with the idea that this could work. And then later in the game, you don't care that much about protecting it because you can just phase it out and then Blood on the Snow or something. So it's toying with the idea. It's neat. It's also another way to end the game as you've already killed a lot of the opponent's creatures. You start removing creatures, draining your opponent. So we'll see. But anyway, I know some people wanted a hostile deck. Well, this is kind of the best place I have for it. So this is it. But anyway, we're going to play some games. At the end of the games, we'll talk about what we would change in these lists. And then we'll have a card spotlight for you. Not going to lie, that avatar looks like it goes with somebody named Limburger. We'll keep this. Okay. This is always just Simic Ramp when you see that. You sort of just know right out of the gate. However, I was wrong because immediately I say that and then they play a Plains. So it's like, oh, you're doing something completely different. Never mind. Okay. Our hand's pretty slow here, but we can kill a thing, then Sedgemoor Witch. Doubt it lives, but we can try. Oh, well. Oh. Well, was not expecting that to happen. What kind of weird monstrosity is this? Bant with Fertel options? Man, that could be anything. Like, truthfully. That could be all kinds of cards. I don't even know. That could be making angels. That could be countering a thing. That could be drawing cards. Like, I don't even feel comfortable speculating on what all that could be. I mean, we got Menace. So, I mean, I guess unless you make double tokens, we'll start with this. Oh, are we really going to counter an Eye Twitch opponent? I was like, is this what we're at right now? I mean, we have an instant speed Infernal Grasp, even if that happens. And then even if they bounce Sedgemoor Witch, we have the option of replaying it or playing a tapped land, Deadly Dispute, and then roll into Loth. All right. I mean, I don't know what's happening here. Opponents? What are you thinking about? What are those cards over there? If it's a blue thing to bounce Sedgemoor Witch, then we do get to play it safely again, which is kind of nice. But I mean, for all we know... Okay, it's divide by 0. I really don't know what those cards are that they have. And I'm kind of wondering if we don't want them to divide by 0. So first off, they're going to pay the 3 life, I'm assuming. Just trying to decide if I think we can survive whatever it is they're going to do after this. Because we could get rid of it, or we could just replay it. I think I'm going to get rid of it. Because they're down to not very many cards here. And we already got the 3 life out of them. That wasn't a bad pickup. We get to put that in tapped. And now we have access to more mana than we should need. And a Meat Hook Massacre. I'm going to assume the opponent has some type of counter over there. Because that makes sense. And let's go with this. Oh, they don't have a counter. So are we just on the Epiphany plan? Okay, yeah, they're not drawing cards, so they're going to make Angels or play an Epiphany. Ooh, there's a Ren in 7. That's a thing. Good news, we can kill a Ren in 7 token. Bad news, oh, opponent just drew cards with it. What the hell? Well... That was unexpected. What do we do here? Okay. I mean, I can't really sack the Eye Twitch because we kind of need that. Alright, so if we do activate this, we need 5 total land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would leave us 3. I don't like this at all. This feels like it's about to go very badly. But alright. Let's do this. Go ahead and play Loth. Arena, I wish you would have left the swamp, but I guess it doesn't matter. We'd have to sack a treasure either way. Alright, let's make some duders. In the turn. Kind of curious what the opponent's up to here. Have a feeling we're going to need to do a big Meat Hook Massacre, probably. Cyclone Summoner. Huh. Alright, well, let's... I mean, we have plenty of mana. Let's target that. So they don't really get any advantage here. Alright, we'll pick up everything else. And then we'll start rebuilding.
My children drench their hands in the blood of my enemies.
Alright, opponent. Not sure what you were setting up there. But it didn't make us feel good. Had another summoner. Sure. What do we have in the graveyard? Nothing? We have a Sedgemoor Witch, actually. Alright, so let's... I mean, in reality, playing a Loth is actually probably going to be fine most of the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. If we Blood on the Snow, that's all we get back, and we don't really get to do anything else. We would be able to attack into Ren and 7 if they just played that only and made the creature. But I don't think we're going to get that lucky. This becomes a little bit of a problem, but we can both Loth and Eye Twitch, which seems okay, so let's do that. I mean, if they play another and bounce everything, then, like, We blood on the snow and just get back Loth, I guess. Well, if they bounce everything, yeah, that's probably fine. We just go to 10. That's probably the only real play. Otherwise, not really sure what we're going to do. And we still don't know what these two cards are. I'm assuming they're epiphanies or something.
Magic comes, Seven. It is time for battle.
Alright, you still have access to 5 mana here. The play was not land Epiphany. So that's some good news, I guess. Another interesting thing here, too, is if the opponent attacks us, we could risk going to 10 just so we could kill... Oh, I was going to say so we could kill Rin in 7, but that's not a thing now. Opponent also chose not to attack. Well... we can attack everything into Rin in 7. They block 1 with the Summoner, I'm assuming. I don't know what they'll do otherwise. Maybe they block. Well, Yeah, there's really nothing else to do, I don't think. I think that's the play. Oh, they're just going to let Rin and 7 die. No bounce spell or anything. Okay, well, we'll blood on the snow. Destroy all creatures. We'll get back Sedgemoor Witch. I mean, the only thing we really have is a Deadly Dispute, but might still be the best thing.
Do what I demand.
Get probably this, because I have a feeling they're going to play another Rin in 7. And it'll give us another blocker with the Sedgemoor Witch. Okay, there's an Epiphany. Assume there'd be at least one. Might be double Epiphany. I mean, we don't even care if they make their plan about trying to kill Loth, because, yeah, we have more Loth, so. Alright, we got that one. I mean, double Shambler, I guess, is okay. Ooh, cancel. You know what? Let's do this. So we can go ahead and make this happen. I almost played another, either the Valkyrie or another Shambling Gas, but this is probably smarter. Well, then of course we draw the land, and none of this matters anyway. But fact of the matter. Let's attack. Let's do this. Opponent's just going to Faithful Mending. We don't mind that too much. I'm doing this just in the event our Shambling Gas die. We're not too upset about it. And I feel like we can safely do this still. Alright. So even if they sweep the board, we'll end up with 6 mana next turn. Not really sure what we're going to do with it. I mean, I guess I could have went ahead and played the other Shambling Gas if we're on that mindset, but... what are you doing here, opponent? don't really know what you want. So we're just going to attack. I'm under the assumption that they're going to try it. We're going to at least put them in a position where they want to sweep the board here. If so, that should use enough of their mana, hopefully, that we can play Valky. Or I guess really play Tybalt with no real problems. Okay, if we're going to do this, let's cost them some mana here. Because their colors matter more than ours, and it doesn't look like they're going to play a bunch of creature lands with that setup. So, I'm totally willing to do this. I mean, if they can just use the extra mana, they can just use the extra mana. I'm not going to sweat too much over it. Because we're not really doing much with anything else in our hand, so let's attack. I mean, honestly, that's 4 damage. I mean, they're only going to take that for so long. Alright, let's do this during their upkeep. Destroy this. Just didn't want to do it during my end step, because if they, for some reason, needed 6 mana, I didn't want to give it to them. Or some combination of 6 that they could use. Alright. There's a creature land. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. That's not a bad one for us to have, though. Though we're actually getting to the point that if they activate it, we could just pay all the mana and kill it anyway. Alright, you're at 8, opponent. Alright, you're at 10. I mean, obviously, at this point, those have to either... well, maybe not. I guess those could randomly be epiphanies, but I'm gonna bet more on those either being... They're either going to be Saw It Comings or Doom Scars, right? Oh, it was an epiphany. Alright. A little bit of a surprise. But now they have chump blockers, so it's all good, I guess. What else you got for us, opponent? Another one? Nope. It is not. They debated playing something, though. I don't know what something is. But in the meantime, we are attacking. Sure. Taking 2. We get treasure. Treasure. We get to play this. Play a land. And win the turn. Kind of just holding tight, because now we just... it would be nice to know their hand, but we're better off just waiting to try to play Tybalt straight up. Especially now that we're going to have extra mana available. And I'm not attacking with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant because I don't know what type of removal they might be playing. Oh, well that's good. Now we get to play Valky with less concern. Though the opponent's at 8. Dang, we could do 6, huh? I need to leave a couple of creatures back, though. I'm gonna guess... We do have this, we do have this. Valky would only be 7, so it'd still leave us 3 anyway. I think we want to get in with this and this. Pretty certain. Maybe we could get in with all 3, but I don't want to take too many chances here. +1, or I guess +2 technically. Ah, oh, should have waited. I could have played your land. Ooh, a Sedgemoor Witch is kind of sweet too, though, for next turn. Alright. We're going to keep these just open as insurance policies. Not sure what the opponent's situation is going to be here now, though. A Goldspan Dragon. Okay, I'm going to assume. I guess I should have kept the flyer back, huh? Well, we will Soul Shatter. But also, if they tap here to counter, they're only going to have 3 mana available. They don't kill Valky here either. So, I don't know. Might be fine. Oh, so they're only going to have 2 mana available. Well, then Tybalt can just... Yeah, I was going to say, this doesn't look good for you, opponent. Because we can then just exile it, right? And then we can just play it. Yeah. Like, no good win there for them. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Keep it? I don't know what we're planning on doing with this, but this is what we got. Alright, that's a little bit of a help. Sentinel. Okay. That sort of feels like it's putting us on the right path. I mean, if we attack, they block. We can go search for a land. Which isn't great, but it's not awful either. Alright, I'm going to do this. Because I want to know what we're dealing with. Oh. Well, we at least take this. They're going to have to wait another turn to get a chariot off. So there's that. Makes our meat hooks a lot worse, though. Which I knew, but just kind of playing the odds here. Alright, so they're definitely going to chariot next turn. Is there anything we can do about it, is the question. I don't know that there is. I mean, we can guarantee that we get the... I don't even know about that, honestly. Alright. Okay, they didn't want to block. I was wondering if they would. That was more just put them to the test and see what they're willing to do. Okay, chariot. I think we can mostly manage this, though, if we're careful. Alright, Shambling Gas is actually kind of a good little supporter here. Don't hate what you're bringing to the table. Okay, we'll pass. So this gets a little interesting. We would be blocking, giving them back the reckless whatever. We could block a chariot. I don't know. They do have 2 unknown cards. We do have to be a little careful here. This isn't as cut and dry as it looks. And our hand was not great, so we're kind of trying to make the most out of a situation here. Alright, we assumed that was going to be a thing. Now the question is, do you kill one of our creatures before you attack? No. Okay. So I think we block with everything. Yeah, we just block with all of it. Okay. We know they have another chariot, 2 unknown cards. They're going to have the werewolf back here. We're just going to make treasure. This is actually a question, because... We could ultimately... You know what? Let's take Containment Breach. We're at 20 life. There's some ways we could do some things here, right? Because we figured this was going to be the play. We can get rid of everything. That's cute. Not really going to be too helpful here, though. Alright, so... If we got rid of this, then we risk taking 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's just too much. We can't do that. We could Loth here. Use those to block, let Loth die. Then we could Blood on the Snow and get everything else back. That's an option as well. But I think Meat Hook's going to be our best thing here. And we gain enough life. And then we're just going to have to hope to draw land, I think. So we're just going to Meat Hook for 2. Really wish that Deadly Dispute would have been a land, though. I think it would have opened up a couple more options for us. Okay. So, let's see what the opponent has. They could just as well have, like, 2 werewolves here. And it's gonna hurt. Could also be a Wrenn and 7. That would be bad. There's a few things that could happen here that are not happy. I don't know, maybe I should have just went with Loth on this turn. Maybe that would have been smarter. And then just let Loth die, then I could have just Blood on the Snow. Well, I mean, the problem is I wouldn't have the mana, though. So that would have been worse. Yeah. I think we did the only thing we really could. Alright, Deadly Disputes, y'all are cute and all, but... I mean, I guess the good news is Deadly Dispute is going to replace itself with another treasure. So we can at least check that out and see what's up. See if we can find a land here, maybe? Okay, that does help. And we know we need this. So let's go ahead and play that. Alright. Still at 23 life, so we've negotiated things pretty well to this stage. Okay, well, there's another one. Okay, then. Yep, that's a lot of damage. I did not want to Blood on the Snow yet, but the opponent leaving things as they have makes me feel okay about doing so. I still have 2 creature lands. Alright, we can block something though, so let's go ahead and destroy all creatures. Then we have the ability to Loth plus Deadly Dispute. Go ahead and... Yeah, I have to eye twitch. I almost got the gas, because if they attacked with the Den of the Bugbear, we'd be able to kill it. But I figured this way we can at least go get like Mascot Exhibition or something, and that's going to have better long-term play for us. All right, opponent has one card left. If they... I'm assuming you attack with the Den of the Bugbear here. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, you could also attack for one. I would like to block that land. Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't, I ain't going to be mad about it. I'll tell you that. Yeah, we're just going to get Mascot Exhibition. Oh, they got more fuel? Nope, thought they had... Oh, that's actually good having a backup Loth here. I appreciate that.
You could have such power. I will get
Alright. This also leaves some scenarios too where maybe you let one thing coming through at Loth for a point and you could sack this, put a counter back on it. So, opens up a lot of room here. Oh, what you got, opponent? A Shatter Skull Smashing. I feel like if you were going to do that anyway, I would rather get something for that.
Aren't I generous?
Not bad. Not bad.
Or die.
That could set up for a pretty good turn depending on what we draw. Actually, no, we could actually just play all these next turn. That's pretty good anyway. Mammoth. Alright. I mean, we'll block. Because, you know, why not? Alright, opponent's hand is now empty. And that leaves a lot of choices. We could just play this. We could play this and this. We could do this. Destroy a thing. Have Infernal Gasp up. Whew, lots of choices here. And I don't even think I necessarily want to play this other Loth yet. I'm going to draw a card.
Go, my children.
I like that too. That doesn't suck. So, things being what they are, let's do this. Probably just gonna go get Necrotic Fumes at this stage. And then I think I'm just gonna leave the rest of my mana up, because we could shoot down creature lands, we could block that, like, yeah. Alright, no need to be in too much of a hurry here. Shamla dies, it'll get to kill a token. So lots of things going on here for us. We'll lose some life from the grass, but we'll also gain some back from the Meathook Massacre. And then we should also be able to Loth, get more tokens, and then also play Mascot Exhibition, which is pretty strong for us. Nope, did you get another Shatter Skull Smashing? I wouldn't be mad if you did. It was another smashing. Look at that. So they're going to hard target that and Loth. Alright.
A setback. Nothing more.
They know not that we have another one.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Alright. And then we'll just kill that. considering we're going to gain a life anyway. Okay. Oh, now things are starting to come together. Play another Loth. Still have necrotic fumes. Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Opponent's drawn well, though.
Don't you
I gotta give
do
credit where
what
it's
I
due.
demand.
And if we can keep a token, we can Sedgemoor Witch, make a thing. So, like, yeah, this could be pretty strong. Okay. Alright. Is our plan to just gang up on Loth here? Everybody wants Loth dead, huh? Is that what we're doing? Nope. It says, I don't want to give you my mammoth. You might want to gang block my mammoth. What they don't know is I'm going to block everything else. Maybe. Let's see where they put this 1/1. Also attacking Loth. Alright. So Loth is going to die anyway, so now we just get our pick of what we want to kill. So I think all that sounds good. And we get to kill 2 of their creature lands here. I'm just double checking things before I pull the trigger here. Okay. Let's block, block one of these. Let all that happen. Oh, I thought that was also attacking Loth. Oh, crap. I would have killed that had I known. Son of a... Gosh dang it. I swear all the lines were going toward Loth. I guess I wasn't paying attention. My loss. Oh well. And I missed a token opportunity here. Oh well. Yep, you have a Ranger class. If you would like to attack, I would like to block. Even if you don't, I'd probably still like to block. How much mana does that leave us? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we need 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 to be able to do that? Alright. I think... Well, I kind of need to... Dang, what's the best play here? His opponent's only at 12. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the most efficient thing to do here. We're at 16. We can activate this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have 2 left. So that's not going to work. You know what I think I want to do? And this is going to probably sound crazy, and it probably is. But let's just kill this. Sack this. We get to make a 1/1. And let's attack. Because next turn, I mean, the opponent's going to be low enough that we're going to have multiple things with Menace if we want. I mean, we should be able to get this done next turn. The opponent's creature land's irrelevant because we can just get rid of it with our Field of Ruin. So yeah, though I didn't play this very cleanly, I don't think it mattered totally in the end. Yeah. Alright. We go first. We'll keep. This is pretty easy to start with. And then we get to hunt for specimens into environmental sciences, so that's good. Javelineer, do I want to block here or not? I'll wait. I have a feeling I'll get to block a little bit more damage next turn, maybe. So now, yeah, we're gonna have to, because we're gonna have to hit a blood on the snow. So I think now it's just gonna be, can we mitigate enough damage to where we can survive long term? Don't know if we're gonna get to turn 6. We'll find out. I'm willing to block with this here, so that we can go ahead and get the other environmental sciences, actually. And we do have 1 point of just chip life we can get, so... Hey, Rob. Oh, so this isn't goblins. This is just an aggro thing. Okay, how are we going to survive this? I mean, we are getting some life off of the environmental sciences and whatever. I'd like to draw a creature we can play, or another blocker of some kind. Maybe even Infernal Grass would be okay, because I would take 2 instead of 3+. So that could be reasonable. And right now, even if we blood on the snow, we're only really getting back an Eye Twitch. So it's not superb. But I will say, we do have access to enough... oh, that is a warrior randomly. Mana that we could possibly end up blocking with the Eye Twitch and then getting the mascot exhibition. So that could be reasonable. However, now that we know we're not going to get to block with anything, we might as well just be attacking for 1. Because realistically, we can't even afford to block with our Faceless Haven. This doesn't give any... I mean, what could they have? No, this has to be all warriors, I'm assuming. Okay. Actually, the best thing there probably would have been a Deadly Dispute, so we could just blood on the snow next turn, but no such luck. Alright, we have to somehow survive 2 turns. Hall Monitor's not helping. Though, I could have blocked the Hall Monitor, gosh dang it, that's not a warrior. Alright, well, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we go to 11. We very well could be dead next turn. Deadly Dispute, you are a turn late, my friend. You are a turn late. What would be the best thing we could have happen with a Deadly Dispute? I'm genuinely trying to figure out what would be the best thing here. The good news is, though, it does mean we can still blood on the snow, do everything we need to do. So we could block with Faithless Haven, block with the Pest, sack either one, Deadly Dispute, get a treasure, still have access to 6 lands. Okay, sure. We're just going to pass the turn. Could have blocked an extra point last turn, though, had I set back. I assumed they were going to be playing all warriors. Turns out they weren't. This is interesting, though. I kind of like where we're at. Let's see what's up. Oh, you want to frostbite that? Damn it. Well, I guess I might as well sacrifice. Whoa, 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 whoa. If I do that, I can't actually block with my Faceless Haven, though. Alright, so we're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Though we can block here, we probably end up giving this up. Yeah, we're just going to have to end up sacking the Faceless Haven. Alright. It dies. We gain a point. I don't think there's a way those are going to become warriors. All right. See, they're saving to make this not block. I appreciate the creativity here, opponent. Well done. But that does leave us enough life that it opens up the door. So we'd only take 4, 5, 6, 7. Leaves us at 5. I don't think they can do 5 from here. But I also kind of want them to spend resources out of their hand if they do have an option. So I'm going to go ahead and activate and see if we can get them to spend something. Good deal. Don't hate it. All right, 3, 4. So we only take 6 now. And I'm tempted to not use the Deadly Disputes, since we already know what we're doing next turn. So yeah, we'll just take it. Not too bad. It's not a bad one to have. Alright, Blood on the Snow. Destroy the creatures. Get back a whole whopping eye twitch, but it's not the worst thing we could have done. You can kill my eye twitch if you wanna. Alright. Alright, we're at 6. This is it. That's where it all goes down. If they have haste creatures or something, we're dead. If that's a hand of Goldspan Dragons, we're still not great, but we will have at least a flying token, and then the following turn can have Onyx. I mean, we did this about as well as we could. Only thing now would be to find a Meat Hook Massacre and find a way to start sacrificing some of our own creatures, because they probably could burn us out at 6. Oh. Oh. That sucks. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't even think they would be playing that. It is a warrior and has haste. Oh, son of a gun. That is awful. We're probably just dead now, y'all. So sick. So sick. I can't be mad at him. Like, we're just going to lose the most random thing, but way to go, opponent. I mean, I have to assume they have some amount of direct damage there, right? Oh, well. Moonveil Regent. There's... Oh, gosh. There's no way we can get... Oh, well, that's not true. We have Professor Onyx. Oh, this is so sketchy. Alright, I mean, sure. I mean, we can't plus Onyx, except for once. I mean, being at 1 versus 2 probably doesn't matter unless they're playing, what's that thing? Shatter Skull, Spike Skull, whatever that thing is, the spike, the 1 damage, the double DFC. That's probably the only thing that matters. I don't even think... I think the only we can attack with is the 3/2. Because if this comes down with haste, it's going to have a +1, so it's 5. So we have to be able to block that. And we have to leave this in case they have a Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, I think we're only attacking with this. As lame as that is. And then playing this. Alright. Please don't have the burn damage, opponents. I would highly appreciate it. Oh, man. I need a bunch of things. We need to get to at least 3 life. And probably even 4 before we feel safe. On the other side of things, I can activate 1... I can't quite activate a second. Faceless Haven. We need 1 more Snowland. And that'd be 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. That would be lethal, so they would have to do something. But we actually couldn't do anything because if they had a spot removal, then we just die on the crackback. Alright, well, we do have to block everything, unfortunately. Oh, actually, no. This is fine, because they didn't kick that one. Oh, wait. Do you have another one? Are we getting set up? I bet that's what's happening. Okay. Alright, well... I guess we'll play this. Let's tap some of this non-snow mana. Actually, wait. They have a Den of the Bugbear. Hold that thought. Maybe we need one of these. Oh, what can we do here? What can we do? If they have another one of those things... God, this is so awful. Being at 2 sucks. This is a good game, though. I'm not even mad about it. Like, this is good. Alright, I'm going to pass. This is probably a terrible spot to pass in. I could have probably gotten away with +1ing Onyx, but again, not knowing what the opponent has for damage, didn't want to take too many chances here. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this 3/2 during their end step. One, to draw cards, but get us also a token that hopefully could gain us some amount of life. Okay. We can at least deal with you. Though it does come with trample, which is annoying. But now the opponent's hand's empty. Now we feel a little bit better. Alright. Let's go ahead and get rid of this so we don't have to see it. Yes, it does increase the odds they could draw something else, but we need to be able to move a little bit more freely on our turn. We sack the 3/2, we get a 1/1. This could get trample, but it either gets trample or lets us not block, so I'm kind of okay with letting this go. And again, holding this just in case there's a dragon, I think I'm okay with. And we're obviously going to keep the Sedgemoor Witch, so this will drain the opponent a little bit, give us some life. Yep. Woof. Yeah, so there you have it. It worked surprisingly well. And the games didn't take nearly as long as I thought they would. I thought being a slower control deck and doing the stuff with the Meat Hook Massacre and all that was just going to really drag the games out. But it really wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously they're slower than some of the other decks we've featured here recently, but it's still very reasonable if you wanted to ladder with it. So if you're into mono black control, this is a real option that you can go to battle with. So I kind of dig it. As far as what I would change, I mean, we didn't really get to see the hostile in action, so I think I would still leave it in there as just another option that you can play later. But as far as the spell selection, there's not a whole lot to change. I think depending on how the format shapes up, you can go like an extra Infernal Grasp, or maybe you can go into an extra Soul Shatter if there's a bunch of Planeswalkers. You know, some things like that. I mean, it leaves you some room to maneuver, which is very good. But I don't think necessarily any of the individual spells that are in there are actually a problem right now. So you could probably play it just as is without adjusting much. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Infernal Medusa. Partly because it's sort of, when I was thinking about cards, this is one that is based on like old stories and tropes, like a lot of things from Legends and from Arabian Nights. I don't know, like, as much as we talk about how Wizards wants to introduce other things from other properties or from other stories starting to show up in Magic, this has kind of been a thing we did before that we just sort of got away from. The other funny thing about this card is that it actually magically has, like, Death Touch for non-walls, which is kind of on flavor, but then doesn't account for things like Living Wall. which is also weird, but nah, is what it is. It wouldn't even really matter all that much now because now we just have defenders that don't necessarily even get walls. But I don't know. It's a weird time in Magic compared to where it was, you know? But this card's actually not too bad if you wanted to get your hands on one. They're like, I don't know, between $6 and $8. So very affordable still. Just kind of a cool card. Some actually interesting art too compared to the rest of the style of what you saw at the time. Now, don't forget, if you want today's deck list, you can get it down in the description below with links right along to our Facebook gaming streams, our Twitch streams, and our Discord. All great places if you want to get help with your decks or you want to discuss the format, or maybe even just talk about anything else going on in Magic right now. You can totally do that there. And the community is awesome and helpful in the Discord. Also, please consider, if you're going to order anything from TCGPlayer, from Amazon, or even from Ultra Pro, use one of the affiliate links I have down below. Those will actually help out a lot. We get a little small kickback here in the channel, and you'll be doing me a big favor. And finally, if you haven't, please like, subscribe, support, comment, do all that wonderful stuff. Not just for my content, but for anybody that you're watching or following or listening to, because that type of activity is really what helps these algorithms push your favorite channels and help your favorite creators grow.